Hello, everybody, and welcome to our review of Joker 2019. I'm joined with a full cast of characters. Joining me, as always, is Alex.
Hello.
Joining me, as always, is Michael.
Howdy.
Joining me, as always, is Steph.
Hey, hey.
I'm your friend Braden. And, hello.
Hi.
This is Michaela. Everyone, you've heard about Michaela on the show because I accidentally name drop her basically every single week.
She's real.
Who?
Yes.
I am
She's
real.
actually
I
real.
am actually real.
I don't like this ongoing joke that Michaela doesn't exist. Now she's here, she's tangible, and we are here to talk about...
Steph, just try and wave your arm through her, please.
I'm actually just
Straight through. What?
recording.
It's a hologram.
Force Ghost.
Wow, technology's good.
Yes, so Joker
Was
Yes.
a movie.
was a movie. We've all seen it in the past, 24 hours that it came out.
Yep.
Going around the table, what were your initial thoughts? With no spoilers for this first part, and then we'll specify when we're going to talk spoilers.
We'll just cut it
I
and make it
was
its own
just-
thing.
I was in awe for
In
most
awe.
of the movie, and then after the movie, I needed some time just to be in awe and just process what I'd watched. And,
Process everything that
let
just
it
happened.
settle. Yeah. Moving on.
Hot damn.
Hot damn.
There's my take.
That's it. That's fair. Alex?
Oh, why do I'm normally I go last. Here we go. It was good.
I thought you'd prepared a statement.
Ladies and
Whips the
gentlemen.
phone out.
Yeah.
Look, it could have been better. Only because our screen was cropped. So
Yes.
There we
yeah,
go.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
this was a big deal for 4 out of 5 of us at
So I
least.
think Steph was the only one who saw it in its
in its entirety.
I did.
We haven't even
I
seen
did.
all of
You
Joker.
saw the
Yeah.
extra 10% that we didn't see.
I did. I didn't realize. I'm sorry that you guys had to have your experience.
Yeah,
sort
so
of.
from the cinema that we were in, we all went to different screenings and stuff like that anyway. But for a majority of us, the screen was just
Missing.
cropped.
Crop
The
top and bottom.
projection just wasn't projecting right.
Wait, should take some notes.
Do you want my real opinion, my hot take now?
Yes.
All right, my hot take is, yeah, this movie's great.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's a 5 out of 5 definitely. And those basically 4 of those stars come from the performances.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is great, but Robert De Niro is really good in
Oh,
this
man.
too.
Loved him.
For him having such a small role but having such a big presence throughout the whole film,
Exactly.
he's only in 3 scenes.
He's not in it that much.
He's only
overall.
he's
This
only in
isn't a
about
spoiler.
3 scenes, and his presence is felt throughout the whole show, the whole movie.
The whole show. It's a really long show.
But yeah, like we said, this main performance by Joaquin Phoenix, is just, I mean, you can't really compare it to Ledger's, but
Yeah.
I kind of like this one better.
This was the thing. I'll quickly give my hot take. I loved it. Quickly give your hot take.
Cinematically, it's beautiful. I thought it was great. Didn't enjoy it.
Oh,
Dun,
It's okay,
dun,
that's good. We got some
dun.
variety
I
on
presume
the
we didn't
show.
have that sound effect. So I thought
someone
no,
has
no,
to play
no, no,
devil's advocate.
I am playing Devil's Advocate.
Yeah. Which is brilliant because otherwise it would just be 4 of us talking
Yeah.
about how
How
great it
great it
was.
I'm excited now.
But I think I didn't enjoy it for most of the reasons why I think everybody else would enjoy it. I think we had pretty much the same opinions.
yeah, we have similar
You just
opinions.
really liked it, and I was just like, eh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very interesting. In the car ride home, we actually had a discussion about how
A domestic.
no,
Wasn't it domestic actually?
no. We were having this discussion about how we were finding it difficult to try and compare performances of the Joker because it's a film about the Joker, so the character development is purely around him. You have all the time with him, whereas you're only getting bits of him in other things. So it's really
Yeah.
weird to try and compare it. I found it really difficult.
Well, it's really good because if you like this performance, you're gonna love the movie. He's in every second of the movie. He's
Exactly.
But I think my question was, if I'm not taking anything away from him because he was fantastic, but if let's say Heath Ledger was in this movie, if they did everything exactly the same, but it was him instead.
Yeah, if they did a Joker movie but with Heath Ledger's Joker instead.
Yeah, maybe people would have liked it just as much. Because, he's a side character in other films.
Yeah, it's really interesting to try and think about it in that way, where it's
I'm not saying that, they would. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
we haven't had a movie about, just solely about the Joker, really, have we?
No. This is
No.
it. Killing
Yeah.
Joke.
Killing Joke. He's 50% of the film.
Now I haven't seen The Dark Knight or any of I haven't seen is The Dark Knight the only one that Heath Ledger's in as Joker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is his performance of Joker different?
You
Like,
can't
really different to-
compare.
Okay.
It's hard to compare.
This was the like.
One's a
I'll
Batman,
talk about
one's
it.
a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
Well,
is
that's the thing is that with all of these movies, you've had the ultimate good and the ultimate evil,
yeah.
and in this, there's no good.
There's no good things
there's
in
no-
this film
There's
at
no
all.
good character in this film.
We talked about this as well, where we were like, "This is not a film you would put on if you're like not feeling too great.
This
Like
is
if you're feeling down and you watch this movie, you're gonna
You're
feel
going
more
down with
down.
it. You're going down with it.
Like,
I guess this movie tries to sort of humanize Joker more than the other movies where he plays the villain, because we're supposed to root for Batman, and whereas this you get to see you get to see
you
his
see
roots,
exactly
you see character
how he
development.
comes to stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really interested to talk into spoilers as well, because like there is some serious shit that happens in this film that I cannot wait to discuss.
I totally like. Oh, look, one negative.
Yep.
Never underused Brian Tyree Henry.
Oh man, yeah.
Don't cast him and put him in one scene.
Oh man, like hardly even one scene.
I was waiting for him the whole movie.
Who was that?
He was the administration clerk. Gave the
what?
record.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, he was great.
Yeah, and he's great in everything he does. And to just have him in one spot like that was really like, oh man, it was a cool cameo though, I guess.
I love him. So
Yeah. I think we can talk spoilers
Oh, yeah,
in a
6 minutes,
second.
that's good.
Do we want to give a quick little for the people leaving now,
rating
your rating?
5 out of 5.
Yeah, 5 out of 5.
yeah, I gave it 5 out of 5.
That's a 5 out of 5 from me.
Yeah, I gave it 4.5.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
I
was expecting like a
something
3
lot
from
lower
you.
than
No,
that.
no.
This was the thing. Yeah, you said you didn't enjoy it, but you can appreciate.
I
how
mean,
good it
4.5
was.
sounds like you enjoyed it.
Oh no, I thought cinematically it was.
Would you
beautiful.
watch it again?
Probably not.
Okay.
So that's my thing. Is like
Yeah.
I thought it was.
That's where that
absolutely
half a star's
fantastic.
gone. Try
Yeah,
and
I
watch it
feel like-
again.
Absolutely
I feel like-
fantastic the whole way through, but I was just like, I'm not enjoying this. I was focusing more on the film techniques and the acting and all of this. Like I was actually looking at
Then focusing
the
on plot.
stylistics of it instead of actually thinking about the plot.
Yeah,
And
because it was so
yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
There was legitimately like halfway through this film, I like turned and looked at you, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing? You all good?"
Yeah.
Like, because this isn't normally your type of movie at all.
Yeah, I think I just kind of blocked out the plot. Like,
Were you guys nervous in your screenings?
Oh,
I was nervous. I
This was
heard
the most,
I heard a
like-
door slam behind me in the screen. It's like, here we go. This is it.
Yeah, I was
Get ready
gonna
to
I
dark.
jumped a few times.
That was going to be my question for you guys. Like with all of the news that's going around saying that it could incite violence,
yeah.
do you think after watching it that it has that potential?
Not in Australia.
Yeah,
We
that's,
can't.
Yeah,
we
not
kind of
in
don't
Australia.
care.
that's what I thought.
It's
In
it'll be-
America, did you hear in America they've got cops
Yeah, undercover,
Like-
in the theaters?
which is craziness.
They weren't showing it in the one that
Yeah.
had the shooting in it either.
But
No.
yeah, I find it interesting. I'm interested to see if anything does come of it. I mean, like the end portion of this film, like definitely builds up to that.
Earned
I
every
mean,
second of it too.
Good lord! But
Like-
all right, let's talk spoilers because I really want to talk about specific things.
Okay.
So goodbye, people who haven't seen the film yet. Hello, people who have.
Are they gone? Dude, when
Please
it
go
turned
watch
into
it
a
if you
silent
haven't.
film, when it turned to a silent film halfway through, I was just like, wow, this is interesting.
Also, speaking on the sense of making fun of like it being haha silent film, good joke, Alex.
Charlie Chaplin.
Like just the like classic style to this as like a
Yeah.
film. I loved it.
One thing that I thought was gonna bother me at first, but it didn't bother me at all. Was like they used some modern music
Yeah,
in this '60s setting.
yeah.
and-
50s, sort of 60s.
It was.
Era
It was
I
stuff.
wasn't
60s,
sure
yeah.
where it was at.
It's '60s.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
oh my god.
Apparently, they drew inspiration from Martin Scorsese's films.
Now, have you seen Taxi Driver or King of Comedy?
I've seen Taxi Driver.
I haven't seen either of them, and I've heard that people like a little too similar.
Oh,
Okay, I mean, I don't.
I was hearing a lot
I
of
can see
talk.
parallels to Taxi
yeah.
Driver.
I've never seen either, so
Atmospherically-
like it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Atmospherically,
Yeah.
they're similar,
Yeah.
but it's a totally different.
Story.
I mean,
Yeah.
really.
It's a totally different animal. But yeah, oh my god, I want to go out there and say like, obviously, yeah, you see the progression and everything. I want to just skip over that so I can say this one sentence. Seeing how Joaquin Phoenix moved as the Joker and ebbed and flowed between his.
Favorite scene, and I thought it was going to be my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Him dancing on the stairs.
Oh
That
my!
was-
I
It
can never
was beautiful.
unsee that like meme sort of thing. As soon as I see it, I'm like,
Oh my god!
Even watching in the trailer, I was like, this is going to be the best scene in the
this is
movie.
gonna be so good.
Because the song he's doing it too.
Yeah, the song
I-
he's doing it to is perfect.
Rock and roll part
I
two.
loved the scene when Joaquin was dyeing his hair green
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was
Yeah.
like dancing around the
He's
apartment
dancing
as
in
well.
the
And even just
bar.
when he's like laughing and he's going from like laughing to
Did
just
you
this
like?
straight
Did you like
face.
his laughing thing?
Okay, so before this film came out,
Did you know?
I read that I read the article about how he was getting his laugh from like watching and reading about people who actually suffer from that sort of stuff.
That's right, yeah.
And I thought it was just like it's gonna be like an uncontrollable laughter in the sense of like he's gonna be like
Laughing
a
a
lot.
lot.
No, it's actually like a thing that they're giving him, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It
I felt-
fits perfectly.
I felt so bad for him when he gave the lady
On the
the little
bus?
card
Yeah,
that was
she
like,
did-
it's a
and
condition,
she
please.
like did
Yeah.
just fall just like in disgust sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I
man.
felt so sorry for him in pretty much the entire movie. I felt bad.
Yeah.
For him.
I mean, there's a couple of twists in there that make you feel pretty bad for him.
That's right.
Good lord.
Yeah, I actually liked it. I think it was a good character choice. Like,
It
Yeah.
was, and like how it almost, I think someone reviewer said this, and it's worth repeating, like how they made the character choice to almost have him cough while he's doing it, so
Oh,
it
yeah,
looks,
you can-
so
he's
it's
like-
hurting him.
Yeah, you
Painful,
can
yeah.
like he's like choking.
I
There
can't
were-
remember. I
choking
think
on
Chris
it.
Stuckman said that,
There
and
were
I
parts
found that
later
interesting.
on where like he almost like hiccuped in it as
Yeah.
well.
Did you
and it
find
was
though
painful.
when he became the Joker, he could control it?
Yeah, I did like that. Is like he's off his medication and
Yeah.
everything, and he's tell you what,
Do you ever think Bruce Wayne was his dad?
I
I hope not. I was like,
I
that
I
would
was
suck.
like, that would,
Yeah,
this would be the
It'd
worst.
be
You
a-
mean Thomas
it'd be-
Wayne?
yeah.
I was
You mean
hoping
Thomas
not.
Wayne?
I said Bruce Wayne's dad, didn't I?
Oh, I thought Bruce Wayne was his dad.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
I
be weird.
I think that is what you said, but then
That'd be funny if he was.
I
that'd
just,
be
It'd be a weird choice.
Be illegal.
I thought it happened first, but I was such a dumbass. I was so stupid.
I forgot this was in Batman. I
Yeah.
forgot this
Did
was
you?
in Gotham City for a while.
Oh my
then
god.
when
Yeah,
I
they
saw-
take a while to drop like the name.
The
Gotham
name
City.
Gotham.
Like not even like honestly, when it said Gotham City Bank, I was just like, oh yeah, we're in Batman.
Hold on a
Oh,
second.
I know, and I was the same when it came up with the Arkham like hospital.
Arkham
Yeah,
Hospital.
I was like, oh
Um,
my god, that makes so much sense. Like,
Yeah, it's like wait, this does make sense.
One thing I loved when first walking out. Now I think about it, where it's like, okay, that's too much. Like when something references and ties in something a bit too much.
Yeah.
Killing Bruce Wayne's parents in this film.
I mean,
I thought that was one step over, like them being like Batman.
I was torn on that.
I
I'm
was,
50
I was wondering if they were going to when they introduced Kaiser. Like, I wonder if they're going to bring it. If they're going
I thought they were gonna do
I
it.
was 50-50 because like I liked it because I kind of liked having a setting where it was like, okay, so because of his actions,
Yeah, that
and
was cool.
this like accidental uprising
Yeah.
that he
And I'm
made,
glad for a while. For
it
a second,
made
I
that happen.
thought Joker was gonna be the one to do it.
that would've been
Like
too
in the
much.
hit film Batman.
Well,
man.
this is why I was so stupid because when Joaquin's character, when Arthur meets the kid, Thomas Wayne's actual son, and he goes, "Oh, what's your name?" and he goes, "Bruce." I'm like, my only thought was, "That's a stupid name for a kid," and then I just let it go. And then at the end, I see him walking down the alley after leaving the theater, and I was like, my jaw just dropped. I was like, "How could I have been so stupid
My-
the whole
Oh, bless.
time?"
And even like
Batman.
ripping the pearls.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
they did the whole thing. It was great.
I was like, oh,
I
for
was
goodness sake.
honestly, I was hoping it was that scene part was gonna end on when it was the dude in the mask. And like you
kinda
could
like
see the
turning
gun,
the court, like,
you could see
yeah.
the gun in his coat.
Oh,
And
okay,
I thought
yeah.
he was gonna walk off frame,
They
and
showed
that was gonna
all
be
of
it.
And, like
See-
it just faces black. All you hear is the gunshot.
Oh,
or
I
something.
would have loved that.
See,
But they
I was
added
hoping-
way more context to that in this.
They
When how he's in
did.
the mayor and like running for mayor.
Yeah, that's
see what
right.
I was doing. I was hoping that that scene right at the end when they have all the TV screens that it was just kind of in like a couple
I thought-
of
I
them.
thought
like,
it was gonna
it
end
was
there.
just gonna be like
I thought that was gonna be the end as
like,
well.
Thomas Wayne
Yeah.
died and then
I
you'd
thought-
have a couple of the other ones
I
over the
l-
top and it'd just be very subtle.
Yeah,
I think that would have worked.
Here's the thing.
better.
I thought it was gonna end there, and if it ended there, I was like, that'd be a cool place to end.
I
But I still want to see more of
No,
this.
Yeah.
so that was the thing. I
really
was
liked how it ended, though.
100% on board for the ending on the TV screens. If it ended on that, I would have been
Yeah.
so happy. I'm getting chills thinking about it. But where it did end, you went into some theory. Like I'm looking at Michaela right now. You looked at
something
this.
you need to know about me is that
my
I'm an
God.
English major at university, so
analyse
this is
stuff
my analyzing.
so much.
This is pretty much
So
what I do.
going into this, the final scene where he's in the like council room or whatever it is.
Yeah, he's back in the White Room pretty much.
And he's back there talking to the counselor. You had this, like, I didn't
So-
even think of it.
I don't.
This was
think-
all you.
I don't like.
I
think
don't
that
know
this
if it's
is
true,
Really,
but it's
what
one of
happened.
those open air
But when
things.
he says at the end, you know, oh, I just thought of a joke and you wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
I was like, did he just imagine this entire thing happening?
Yeah.
Because that's the kind, and because it had like, I just thought of a joke and it had all the flashes in to like what just happened, and
Yeah.
then it's
See,
like
That popped into my head as well. I thought it was all like an imagination,
Yeah, because
and
the
he never
whole
left the
girlfriend
asylum.
thing was. Yeah, and he never left the asylum.
You,
That's
you
what I
also
thought
brought
too.
up that's a rule of threes.
It's a rule of threes, 'cause-
because earlier he imagines himself being on the Murray show.
Yeah.
And then the whole girlfriend thing from Imagine.
I
being
did
there.
not
Imagined.
expect that to be fake.
That
No,
was
neither did I.
fucking such
I
a good
expected
twist.
it to be fake, and then like as they kept on doing it, I'm like, oh no, it's real.
That's
okay,
what I thought,
sure.
yeah.
And then it was like, nope.
I thought, wow, she must be troubled. She likes this guy.
Yeah. That flows from.
I was
her,
like,
well, she jumped on.
Yeah,
this real
legitimately.
quick.
I was like, man, you are like, oh, not great.
But now, Michaela, with that theory of yours, after it popped into my head as well, I brushed it aside. I chose not to believe it. I didn't want to think that that was all in his
No.
imagination, because that is one of the biggest like sins you can really commit in filmmaking,
it was
isn't it? Like
all
they
a
wait,
dream.
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
You,
You know?
read, you get to the end of the book, and then it's like, and then they woke up.
But then I can't, you know. So
I
did he
think
kill that
it's-
woman?
I think it's suggested. Like I think you can kind of take it either way. which
Yeah,
I
that's
like.
right.
As he's dancing away, you can see him leaving the blood.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
So did he kill her? That's what I
Yes.
was.
Wait, who?
so-
Zazie
the,
Beetz?
the
The
asylum
counselor.
lady.
Oh, there's something, probably those bloody
Yeah.
footprints.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
love
thought, but then I
that.
thought maybe
Oh.
that was.
Did you
just
love the
a-
ending where he's running away?
Yes,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Who
so
was he running
classic.
from?
Like a ward.
Okay, I couldn't tell if it was like another inmate or like
Oh
one of
my
like the
God.
officers because
No,
it was
yeah,
wearing
so-
white as well.
I
I was like,
loved it. I thought that was brilliant. Back to jumping around a little bit. Seeing Joaquin Phoenix performance where he's ebbing and flowing from him being dead serious, like absolutely mental, to then just being like super flamboyant and like dancing around everywhere and making weird jokes and everything, and then going straight back to serious. Loved it.
The moment I was like, okay, this is the Joker, not just Arthur, was when he grabbed, after he shoots De Niro, he grabs the TV screen and starts talking into it.
Yeah, that
I
was
was like,
good.
that's the Joker right there.
Honestly, I was like, all right, cool. Like he's getting glimpses of Joker where like when he was on when they come off the subway and he takes the mask off and is like laughing at them, and then he
Yeah.
like dances at them and then walks away. I was like, oh, there's a glimpse of it. And then when the second the curtains were opening and he was doing his whole
just doing
slow
that little
dance
dance
thing
Yeah.
that he does. But then when he like came out and made it more flamboyant and did like spins and stuff, and then went really serious and then came back, and I loved it.
He did such a good job. Like if he does
Physicality.
not.
So good.
The only reason why I can imagine the Academy not giving him the Oscar is because of all the controversy surrounding the film and about.
I think
the
that gives it a
violent
better
aspect.
chance.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
I hope so.
More media.
isn't it interesting that
I would-
within the film, that's kind of a part of it?
This would be the
Him
second...
literally coming on the show in makeup, that was controversial in the world of the movie.
This,
So isn't it weird that it's controversial in real life?
if he wins, and I think it's the point where if anyone else wins, it's just doesn't
It's
deserve
for-
it. It's him.
yeah.
This is his. It'd be the second character ever to have two actors win an Oscar for playing.
Wow, yeah, it would.
First one being
Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
no, like the
Oh,
same
you mean the
character
same characters
from
twice.
Godfather. Vito.
Yeah.
No, Vito. Don. Oh, I don't know what his name is. From like they had Marlon Brando, and Robert De Niro win Oscars for playing him
Okay.
in Godfather and Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, so this would be the second time that two
Ledger.
Two people,
playing
one
character win an
so
Oscar.
Yeah. And
I hope so. I
Yeah,
hope
that would be
Yeah.
great.
tell you what, dude, every single time like you actually like see him like with his shirt off and stuff.
Oh,
When he gets
my
into the
There
fridge.
was one part where
Oh,
you
him getting into
actually
the
went-
fridge. Oh,
You
there
were
was
like, oh,
there was one part where like legitimate. I think he was like he like laid back. And you could see like underneath
like,
his
just when he
ribs.
sits on the couch and just like goes to lean back and it's full just like the
Yeah.
ribs showing. It's like oh damn, because like even when he's just standing normally, you can tell he's like skinny.
Yeah.
but it doesn't look so bad. But it's the
And-
second he
Yeah.
stretches or anything, it's
He
just
just looks emaciated, and apparently he lost so much weight for the role that they could only afford to film the
Yeah.
scenes once.
well, I can see why they didn't
Well,
want to do.
there were
reshoots.
some shots where I was like, oh man, yeah, they really couldn't have reshot that if he gained any weight, like at all. Like even if you're gaining like a kilo,
Yeah.
like
You'd
that's
Notice
it.
Yeah.
like you would notice it because you wouldn't have the same effect as the shot before it.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
if Rami Malek can win, this guy.
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
win.
let's leave that. Let's leave that. How about the horrible murders that this guy does?
All right.
Holy shit!
Let's go around and say our favorite murder.
All right, you want to start, Alex? Because you seemed really happy about this.
I'm torn between De Niro and his mum.
Ooh.
I like
Actually,
De Niro's.
I loved the one in the apartment.
Dude,
When he's just got
dude
the
who
white
gave him the
face.
gun.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
And
that
like,
was.
when he locks the door and
And the little dude's just trying to get out.
Oh my god!
I can't lie when the guy said, "Oh, so like, do you guys call miniature golf just golf?"
Yeah.
Lost my shit.
That
Yeah.
was a good.
Tell you what, this film does an excellent job of throwing in bad jokes to show you how bad this world is.
Yeah.
Like all the comedians on the stand-up stage making really sexual jokes and
Yeah.
everything, and a
Yeah,
lot of
not
like
PC at all.
not PC in 2019 at
Loved
all.
it.
You loved it. But yeah, 100%. It just fit perfectly. And yeah, that specific like murder was just like
In the neck and then in the
I mean,
eye.
I was expecting that in the neck because I mean he had scissors. That's fine.
When it was happening, I was wondering if he was going to control himself and like put him back
Yeah,
into his
and
pocket.
no.
But like,
No, he's a joker.
yeah, I was wondering like, is this like a point he's going to
Yeah.
snap? And like, didn't he say you're right? He said like, oh, you're my boy, and that's just whacked straight into the neck.
But not only that, then the constant slamming into the
Yeah.
and the blood everywhere. Jesus.
And the white face was just so unsettling.
Yeah, and you could like see the like droplets on his face. And
But
then
then he still have the green hair dye down his
Yeah,
like,
he's
running
still
down his back
going
as
down,
well.
yeah.
I did not expect the hands in the mouth to be the opening part of the film.
yeah, that was the very opening, and then it's kind of like bookended with a nice when
the
he like
smearing
gets
of
the
blood.
blood.
and does
How good is that?
That was the
Yeah.
best
That
was
thing
awesome.
ever.
Where he looked like, yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Man,
So you're going with the apartment one, Choppy?
Nah,
that
Nah.
De
I
Niro
don't
one's
wanna-
so good.
De Niro one caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Like, even though I knew it was going to happen.
I could. He did a hand like gesture when it happened. My jaw just went.
Yeah.
I literally went,
I was like, I wasn't sure where it was gonna go because I wasn't sure. I was then at the point when he started like going into more jokes and everything than what we'd seen on the couch where he just shoots himself. Seeing him doing more, I was like, okay, he's not gonna kill himself.
no.
I was like,
Because
okay.
he saw that note. They
then
said,
I
I
was
hope my
thinking-
death makes more sense in my life.
So then I was thinking, okay, well, he might shoot the two guests
Yeah,
next
see,
to
that's
him.
what I thought. I
And
didn't
De
think he was
Niro
going
might get
straight shoot De Niro.
I was hoping we might get something like De Niro goes to run and he like shot him in the leg, and then like he like is like getting like dragged off, and then he goes up to the camera, but just straight in the head, and then another two.
And I didn't expect the subway kill.
that was
That caught me off
Did
guard.
they had it? Oh, you mean the second time, or do you,
The first time.
the first one?
The
Did those
ones the
guys
first
have
two-
it coming,
three
or
shot-
what?
I didn't think they had death coming. I thought maybe
I mean, they
Like,
started beating
I
him up.
thought he
So
was
like,
gonna shoot him.
I was wondering what was gonna happen because they're just beating him up.
They were beating him up, and then
But
it's
it's like
just
straight
that
shot
one
to the head.
unexpected
Yeah.
But he was
shot.
reaching for his little card with his condition on
Yeah.
it. That's why I
Yeah.
was so heartbroken by
Yeah.
it. When he killed them, I was like, "Well, that's what you get."
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
think
"That's-
that
I
was
mean,
my
I feel
favourite
like
one.
where it crossed like was the full shot the dude and like he was trying to run it, shot him again. They just
Yeah.
walked up behind him and just
like-
kept shooting him.
And then
mean-
like stepped over the top of him. To
That
get,
was
get
so
away.
perfect
I think that
Joker,
was my
though.
favorite
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
I
The
get that
multiple
it's-
shootings in the body, that's classic Joker.
I get that it's America. I mean, it's not America. It's Gotham City.
That's America.
But,
That's
like,
America.
but that's the thing. Like, those guys on the
Fuck
train.
yeah.
If you see someone there who's acting like that, you think he's a freak. Like, would you start? You
Yeah,
could have a
That's
gun.
but
you
this
know,
is the whole
like,
thing. Gotham is falling into this state where it's just
Mm.
crime. People are being assholes, all that sort of thing. Like that's
whole
the
rich
setting.
against
But a lot of it,
poor
yeah, a
thing.
lot of it
Yeah.
was to do with the rich versus poor. So
Yeah.
these rich
And they're
people
cutting the
really
healthcare for
had a
mental-
lot more to lose.
people. With
Oh,
mental
yeah,
Yeah,
that
which
is-
is
That's too real for
That's,
Australia,
uh,
This
especially
whole
here now.
movie's too real.
Yeah, like honest to God, when it was like the woman just like they've cut our funding, and he's just like, where do I get my medication? And she's just like,
I'm sorry.
I mean, these people
Like,
are digging their own hole,
I can't
aren't
do
they?
anything.
Like, what do they expect?
what do they expect
You're
to happen?
taking psychopaths out of the asylum and then revoking their medication. Like, what do you expect?
Oh man, yeah, this film does so much good,
I
and
just-
is also just so unsettling the entire time.
And I thought, every second of him becoming the Joker at the end, getting into the suit, putting the makeup on, dancing across,
Dude,
that was
yeah.
all earned.
yeah, 100%.
Like that was so cool, and they earned every second of that.
yeah. Also, his whole design,
I loved it.
I love it so much.
Do you
It's
remember
him
when
just
he first-
puffing down cigarettes left, right, and center.
Do you remember when he first came out and everyone's like, "Oh, I don't like the makeup."
Oh, I loved it. I was all about it.
I thought it was great.
Think of the song.
thinking of the
Oh my
song.
gosh.
Oh my god, honestly.
Braden, what was your favorite kill?
My favorite kill, oh man,
My favorite murder.
my favorite murder. I'd go. I'm torn between the fact that the entire subway car ended up with like them getting the two cops and him like laughing at them and dancing away, because I loved that, but I think it has to go to the build up of him wanting to be on the show, getting made fun of on the show, getting on the show,
Still getting made fun of.
him using the thing that Murray called him to be called the Joker. Like, oh man, that
It was
drop
it
was so
cool.
good.
There were so many subtleties that really like.
Yeah,
it was
they've
so
come
nuanced,
through.
and then it really came through at the end. So I think the big payoff with that.
Yeah, but I just loved the going off of murder, unfortunately. The plot twists, like the fact of like they were gonna throw you in one direction of, okay, well, his mum might have had a thing with Thomas
Had an affair
Wayne
with
while
Thomas Wayne,
she was
yeah.
working there, and
It was
you might be
pretty
an
obvious
illegitimate
his
kid.
mum was nuts.
I mean, yeah, but still.
I thought his mum was nuts, like from the trauma.
Yeah,
of,
it
like,
could have been something like
that's what I
that.
thought. So I felt even more horrible for him just learning that he was just an average boy who came from a family
Yeah.
of abuse and neglect.
I
and
loved the
was adopted.
the fact that it was adopted and that it was this child has no name. Like we just found them; they were abandoned. Like this child didn't exist before this woman adopted him, and then the explanation
They-
of
they
how
found
he
him.
got into his psychosis and everything and his
They found
condition.
him handcuffed to a radiator,
He
didn't
was chained to a radiator, completely like
Malnourished.
malnourished and
Abused by
heavily head trauma and everything, abused by the ex and everything, and she had such heavy paranoia and narcissism that she didn't even recognize it at all. That whole scene of the him appearing in the background of his mum in the ward, and the dude's like explaining everything, and he's just sitting there, just like smoking, watching the whole thing. So cool. Oh, I could gush about this movie for
And I
a
think
while.
like, you know, it takes away that whole thing. It's like, oh, well, he's mentally ill, so that's obviously why you know, all of these things happen. It's like, no, this could like in the like wrong situation, this could happen to anybody.
Exactly, yeah.
I just love the full descent into like him accepting the madness and just going for it.
Oh, like just his behavior as well when the two people from Ha-Ha's come to his apartment when he does just have the white face and no shirt and he's doing his hair. And they're like, you get a new gig?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. It's like, oh, you're going to the rally today. Oh, is that
Nah.
today? Like, just no, like, he's just not playing it off at all. He's just like, nah, this is
But
just he's like, oh, my mum died.
Yeah,
And
he's
it's
just
like,
celebrating. I'm just
oh,
celebrating her death, sort of.
I'm
thing.
celebrating.
But like,
Yeah.
just the whole like after killing the big dude, just how calm he just sits down and acts so
Yeah.
calm and talks to like the other dude so calm. He's like, you know, you're the only one that was actually nice to me,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
and
It's
he
just
lets
like-
him out.
But like,
Oh.
it's just like,
I
is
thought-
he gonna snap and kill him?
No, I thought
I
thought when he went to go, like the fact that he locked the
Yeah.
thing, I thought he was playing with him before he was going to kill him.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna toy with him a little bit.
I was
Even just, like-
between there as well.
Even just like the whole little like as the little dude goes to walk past, like he like sort of like
Oh,
lunges at him and
The
just like
lunge
tries
at
to
him.
scare him.
Oh my god. The lunge at him and then him going up, that was when I thought, okay, no, he's going to kill him because he's playing with him. But,
after
no,
he
that
takes
was...
the lock off,
Yeah.
he opens the door slightly and closes it again. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is going on?
And then it was just like, no, I'm going to lean down and give you a little kiss on the head. That's to quote Batman 1989, love that Joker. It's so Joker to have him be like, no, this dude was the worst, and this is the reason why I like ended up going into this descent, because he gave me a gun and things like that. And then the guy who's nice to him is just like, no, you're cool, you can go. Why would I kill you? You were nice to me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
Anything else, guys?
That's all I have to
Bueller.
say, I think.
Bueller.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
We're gonna
Why,
go see
what
it
didn't
again.
you? What didn't you like? Why didn't you enjoy
It was the story.
No, it wasn't even the story. It was just like,
It's too real.
yeah, I think
It was,
so.
it was
It's
uncomfortably like.
Fun.
And yeah, well, it wasn't going to be fun in the
I mean, I had a great
ever.
time. I had a great time.
I mean, I also had a great time, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, you know, it is really real. And as I said to Brayden last night, you know, like I'm very like we're all very lucky that we're privileged that we get to watch this movie and then just kind of leave. Where like for some people, a lot of that in that movie is their reality.
Like you have a lot of people who are going through a lot of things in their life.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
things that are really dark and everything. We do just get to go and experience this for 2 hours, more or
Yeah.
less,
Yeah.
was how long this film was.
2 hours, 2 minutes.
We get to go into a room, experience that sort of life for 2 hours, and then leave. And not have to worry about it.
Hopefully, it sort of enlightens a lot of people and makes them a little more sensitive to other situations. Then,
Yeah.
hopefully.
And and it is like the same thing that you Steph said before. It's a lot of things are happening now, like around the world, well, particularly in the US, about like all these like kind of riots that are happening and the kind of rich versus poor thing, and it does show that we're really not that far away from
like this
Anarchy.
could
Yeah.
happen any day. Like, and the fact that in the film, in terms of the movie world, it was a case of like there was already political unrest, and then from one person like snapping like, in a completely like non-related situation, it just like sparked a fire underneath
Started a
everything.
revolution.
Yeah.
And
So,
he
yeah.
happened to be in his like work outfit.
Yeah, exactly. It gave a face to it,
Yeah.
and yeah,
So yeah, it's not that I didn't like it; it's that I didn't enjoy it.
yes.
One thing I just want to add, because I think we're all ready to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just thought what they nailed. I mean, obviously, this is the guy that made the Hangover movies, and he wrote this. He wrote this.
Yeah, 100%.
I think what they nailed was the gradual descent. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't
At no point did it feel like it like
a
Just
jump.
shifted. It wasn't
Jump
just
straight
one
down.
event. It was
Yeah.
like the
It was-
combination of all these little things and
And some people might say it's a slow movie. Like
No.
if you're some people who aren't prepared for what it is. If you haven't seen the trailer, if
Well,
you're not
then-
into that
if you
sort of artsy
if
film,
you see the title and go, oh yes, I'll go see a movie about the Batman villain Joker.
yeah,
Yeah.
because most people
gonna
think
be a
it's just going to be
Batman
like
movie.
bank robberies, explosions,
Yeah.
violence sort of thing, and other than a few killings, that's about all the
Yeah.
action you get. Like
That is
it's
yeah,
really
literally
it's
it.
about him. It's not yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
and that's it.
That was
There
the
we go.
Joker.
Yeah, that was the Joker 2019. I can't wait to see this film again.
This
When
film-
I'm
this
film.
film, movie film.
Movie
words are hard.
film. Movie/film.
If you want to help us try and say words better, support us on Patreon. You get a bunch of commentary
That's not
tracks.
going to help, right? Don't worry.
Yeah, you get a bunch of commentary tracks and everything. Alex and I, we just did Batman 1989 and Batman Returns. At some point soon, we're going to do Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Good luck.
Hey,
Oh,
I haven't
honestly,
seen him.
yeah, you haven't seen them at all, so I'm very interested to see how you react to that. But you can catch our main show every fortnight. We also do an off-week show where we kind of just ramble the midweek crap.
And every week coming at your Kitchen Nightmare commentaries.
Kitchen Nightmare commentaries over on our
Big
YouTube
ups.
channel. Oh man, it's possibly one of the best series that we're doing.
The best idea.
You're welcome, Internet.
It's pretty good. I've been listening to them. They're pretty good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have been enjoying.
I'll make sure you get your paycheck later.
Tune into the Emily and Alex episode next week.
Yes, yeah, exactly right. Can't wait. But yeah, and with that,
I'm Alex.
I'm Michael.
I'm Steph.
I'm Michaela.
and I'm Brayden.